Just introduce yourself, man. Who are you? Where you come from?
Yeah, well, they call me the Universal Soldier because like I touch a lot of different genres. You just heard me on the hip hop vibe with my boy Nav, but obviously a lot of people know me for drum and bass, man. I came into the drum and bass scene kind of late 2008. Shout out to Fun and Skibs, Uncontrollables. Do you know what I'm saying? Came in then and just created quite a big buzz really in drum and bass, man. Things started moving really quick. I started to do a lot of shows with Fun. Then promoters started to notice me in my own right, and I started to get my own bookings. And I did this video which has got nearly 2 million views now of me just spitting drum and bass. That started to create a mad kind of hype on a viral tip. And then from there, I think I won the best breakthrough kind of that year at the awards. So everything kind of snowballed really fast. And, you know, I took like the bull by the horns and really put the work in on the drum and bass thing and did a load of mixtapes and, you know, just really saw the opportunity. Like drum and bass is like, I've always loved it. I've always gone to the raves and partied to it. You know, I'm good friends with Skibs for years, but I never really was MCing to it until that point. And when I started to actually write bars for it, I was just like, wow, a whole new world kind of opened up, man, in this country and overseas as well.
Yeah, it's nuts. I mean, what was your kind of first experience of drum and bass, man? Obviously, we kind of knew you from hip hop before, man, but then what was your kind of first taste of drum and bass, man?
I was just going to the parties, bro. Whether it was Fever, whether it was Innovation, whether it was One Nation, I was just, them times I was a raver, man. I just always loved the music. And one thing of me as well, you know, I love American hip hop and all that, but I'm also very into the UK stuff. And, you know, the styles that Shabba and Skibber and them man were coming up with was very inspirational in terms of double time and things like that. I was like, wow, this is when I was in school and stuff. This is crazy to me. So, you know, that was my first experience of it. Do you know what I mean? Literally just being in a mate's car and hearing it and being like, wow, this is next level right here. Do you know what I mean?
I think I draw similarities to myself, man. When I first hit the big rave and saw those UK MCs were getting reactions like perhaps that you'd see American guys do, or when you're that young and you see a crowd that big popping off and knowing people's lyrics, that's really where it changed for me, man. It's nuts.
Crazy.
It's real nuts, man. So I mean, in the drum and bass scene, hip hop, anything like that, who are your favourite artists that you like to link up with and really go in? Obviously, come down with your boys today, man, so shout out to them.
Big up to Fatal every time, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing this whole kaleidoscope music thing. You know, once you get to a certain position in the game, I think, you know, it's important to look at other artists and try and develop them in the studio if they've got that raw talent, and bring them through and do it in a professional way as well, and, you know, give that guidance in the studio and about the business side of things as well. So I'm establishing that right now. Kaleidoscope Music, we've got Paris, great singer, Dreps, who a lot of people know on the drum and bass side of things, but he's also doing a lot of rap as well. And of course Fatal, man, who's a wicked songwriter and has got his whole own wave going on. So obviously I enjoy working with my team, but in terms of drum and bass, yeah, man, I enjoy working with a lot of the guys. Obviously people see me with Skibber, Fun and all that, but also I like working with X-Man. I think when me and X-Man are on a set, it's nuts, it's crazy, like the back-to-back element of it and all that. I love working with Evil B, someone I rate very highly in the scene, and just for fun and jokes I like working with IC3, do you know what I mean? So there's a lot of people I like working with in the scene. Rap wise, you know, I've worked with a lot of good people in the Moonlight Hustle thing, man like Propane, Little D from OGs, you know, I've worked with singers like David Boomer, like I've worked with a lot of people across the board, man, and right now I'm looking forward to even more collabs, do you know what I'm saying? I love the whole collab thing, that brings out a whole new energy in you. We was on the radio last night and, you know, I'm spitting with Herbsy, and I've never really spat with Herbsy too tough, and that was bringing out a whole other energy in me. So I like to be around different artists and people with talent, man. It brings out something in me. So
I think that's why we're so blessed in the scene as drum and bass artists. We get to host for so many different DJs and roll with so many different guys. It's not that stringent hip hop show. I mean, we do that as well, but yeah, it's such a blessing to be able to link up with different friends and family across the country every single week, man.
Yeah, there's not really, I don't think there's another scene like it.
Yeah.
Where it's like, sometimes you don't even know who you're working with. You'll turn up and you're like, oh, look, there's Hazard. Whoa, what are you saying, Hazard? And then like, Evil will turn up. Yeah, Evil, me and you tonight. Yeah, all right, let's do a madness, you know. That's that spontaneity in drum and bass is what is lacking in other scenes, obviously, because everything else, it's cool. You'd go there and perform the songs, or you do a PA, but it's very structured. Whereas drum and bass, you never know what's going to happen. That's part of the energy.
Full circle, I think that's why MCs are very important to the shows, man. You know what I mean? We bring that kind of differentiation that you might not get in the dubstep scene, where it doesn't have hosts sometimes, you know? It really does bring a different side to it, man, and makes it more live, but that's a whole different story, man. I mean, what's really admirable about you is the way that you've really built and grown a fan base over a relatively short amount of time. I mean, I was hosting before you came into the scene and saw that rise, you know? So, I mean, what are your kind of key secrets to building that fan base, man? How
building the fan base, I think, bro, a lot of people say it to me, but it is work rate. It's staying on your grind, man. I mean, a lot of people, they get sidetracked a lot of the time. We all got stuff going on in our personal lives, but you can't allow that to get sidetracked from what you're doing in your music, man. You've always got to keep that focus. You've always got to stay current. And another thing I think is important is to stay relevant. Do you know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of talented artists, producers, singers, and sometimes they don't really study what's going on, the current trends of the game. And I'm not talking about jumping on trends and thinking, oh, dubstep's big now, let me do a dub. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about listening to the people and what they want. Do you know what I'm saying? I remember, let's talk about Nas, for instance. You know, when he made Illmatic, that's what the people loved him for. And when he tried to diversify and do all kinds of records and make tunes with P. Diddy and all that, people was not so into it. So the public, you know, that you got to give the people what they want. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what I always try and do in drum and bass. I study what people like about what I do, and in hip hop. Do you know what I'm saying? And in the rap thing, I study what the public like, and I try and give them what they want, man. Do you know what I'm saying? And also, me personally, like, if you check on Twitter, I literally try and get back to everybody. That's, you know, someone asked me a question, yeah, where you playing tonight? Bang, always trying to at them back. Obviously, you do miss people. Sometimes people are like, you didn't get back to me, but like, it does get busy sometimes. But me personally, I try to keep that relationship with the fan base as well. So I think work rate and just, you know, really trying to stay in touch with the audience is key for growth and growing the fan base as well, man.
Wicked, man. Well, let's get into another one of your tracks, man. I mean, you're playing tonight at I Love Live, man. You just did a tune with Caners, man. Caners is performing down there tonight. How did you two kind of meet up?
Yeah, with Caners, it's nuts, isn't it? Because I know Skits and Rodney P and all those guys, they're like extended family. And obviously Caners has been around all those guys as well. So it was just one of them things, man hollered, you know, man certified out here. I always like I said, I like working with different artists. I know Caners from years ago, do you know what I'm saying? So when he said, do you want to jump on the remix? I was like, yeah, so no brainer, let's do it, man.
Did you check the Bristol Grammar remix?
Bruv, I love Bristol Grammar. The Bristol Grammar remix. Yeah, go on, Karen. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he sent me the YouTube link of that as well, yeah.
Okay, cool. That's my boy Blacksmith on that as well. He holds down a little verse. I just thought you kind of maybe had a little view of Bristol MCs when you saw that. Saw a few cats doing it, man. Anybody catch your eye?
Bruv, you did well, you know. Big up Carasel, you know. I'm on the show, like.
Bruv, I'm not fishing for compliments. I was talking about other cats, man. I'm all about bringing other Bristol MCs through. This is why we set up this ambition.
I hear that, brother. I hear that.
Just seeing if anybody kind of, caught your eye, man. There's a couple of guys down there tonight, Gilly and Wish. You'll see them. They're doing
Wish. I met him earlier. Yeah, shout out to Wish, man.
Yeah, man. I'm sure you get into that. Right, we're pushing on for time, man. We've only got 20 minutes. We still got to do this Ambush the Airways thing.
Okay.
Speaking about that, you checked one of the last videos, man. You like the kind of concept
idea
that
it looks
going
good,
in with?
Man. It looks good. What was my man's name you sent me, bro?
Blacksmith, right?
Yeah.
Here.
That was actually. Wow, you look different in the video, you know. Was you wearing your specs that night?
Nah, bro.
Nah, that's what it is. See, Clark Kent.
So he gets in the booth and he's
Superman.
Superman.
Nuts.
Big up, man. All right, we'll go back to it, man. I mean, your projects, man, you put out a lot of mixtapes.
Yeah.
A lot of that's coming through. I mean, is that something you think is important to an MC
yeah,
to rise
man.
with?
To be honest, I think, you know, it's getting that balance. I think you have to put a lot of free stuff out for the people, and I think at the right time, release stuff on iTunes as well, because I think if you've given people enough free stuff, enough mixtapes, and you've done all the freestyle videos and all that, it comes to a point that, you know, the people have to show a little bit of support back and support what you're doing, man. I like how Mike Righteous did it, you know. He did a lot of work, you know, 2 free mixtapes, bare tracks that should have, you know, could have been on iTunes, but he cultivated a massive audience with that. And then when he did release his release, it went to #1 in the iTunes hip hop chart, and I think on that day it went to #8 in the main iTunes chart. And that's an independent artist, so it can be done if you do it right. And I think if the people warm to you and they gravitate towards you and they see you giving them all this free product, when it's time to do the, you know, the actual release, I think they will support back, man. So I think it's getting that right blend of the free stuff and the releases.
And how much do you think it's helped you having a kind of powerhouse like SBTV behind you?
Massively, man. I mean, like back in the day, you know, it was just like you didn't have those avenues, you know. Like these days, like if say radio don't want to playlist your tune, you can just, you know, if Jamal's feeling, you can get on there and get 1 million views. So yeah, you know, it's crazy. Like those platforms are great, man. Like the whole urban internet channels, what they've done is just open it up for people, man. Every day you can check new artists on there. Every day you can, oh right, Rich has done a tune with Gigs today. Wow, and it's non-stop. Like we're getting a nice little infrastructure over here now. Do you know what I'm saying?
Ambush the Airways is going to be the next one, man.
Ambush
we're
the Airways,
trying to tidal wave it in, man.
You know what? It's all about new people doing new things as well. A new company hit me up the other day and I checked them out. They're doing good stuff. Ambush the Airwaves, that's wicked. There's Blast the Beat TV. I did something for them. Yeah. You know, there's Spiff TV now. There's, you know, Link Up TV coming big. Obviously, Grime Daily was there. There's a lot now. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's really good.
It's a blessing that you came down so early, man. So we're going to get into that in a hot minute.
Cool.
But just wrap it. I mean, just an interesting thing from my point of view. I mean, the drum and bass scene is quite varied, man. I mean, without wanting to stereotype you, man, more jump up raves than anything else. Do you ever look at the kind of deeper kind of sound?
Yeah,
like some other shows and think,
yeah,
I would love to kind of have a go at one of those
love
DJs.
it. To be honest, I do enjoy the other stuff, the deeper stuff, and I also like the musical stuff, man. I mean, big up to Future Bound and Matrix. I was lucky enough to play with him in Paris, sort of beginning of this year, and he kind of saw that, Shotta doesn't just spit bars all over. Like, if it's a musical tune or if it's a vocal, he hosts. Whereas, like, some people don't know that, and he saw it firsthand, and he was like, "Can I get you on a Viper night?" Whereas before, I don't think I would have got on a Viper night, but I'm versatile with it, brother. I'll host. If I'm on, if I'm with Hazard, or if I'm with Original Sin, Sub-Zero, you know you're going to get the full whack, the full pelt. That's what the ravers want to hear. The music demands it, I think, as well. But if I'm with, I don't know, Lodestar, or, you know, even when I work with Andy C, I work with Andy sometimes. And, you know, Andy, like, knows I work different when I'm with Andy, so he's cool working with me now, do you know what I'm saying?
Different flows for different shows, man.
And I don't mind that. I work with it. It's a big debate, but me personally, I like to work with the DJ, and I respect the DJ when they're bringing different things.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do differently depending on the DJ I'm working with. So I'm fully open for any of those kind of bookings as well, man. It's easy for my throat as well, to be honest.
Wicked, man. I mean, I could chat to you all day, man. Literally, we could chop it over a lot of different subjects, man. But just before we go, because we need to have time to record the cypher in a minute, man.
Of course.
What's your plans for the future? What's the next thing, man? What's the next step?
There's some big stuff coming up in the summer, man. It's not totally confirmed yet, so I can't, you know, like, actually put it out there yet. But just know, you know me, brother. I'm always looking for those next moves and stuff. And there's some stuff that looks like it's going to pop off. It's going to be really big. But, you know, at the same time, I'm still working on my next mixtape. I've got 11 tracks done for that. Do you know what I'm saying? There's 11 tracks for that. I'm building the Kaleidoscope music thing. Fatal's got a whole mixtape, which is different to what anyone else is doing right now. You know, he's about to drop that. We're about to drop a new Kaleidoscope music channel. So I'm working all the angles. I'm doing a lot of collabs. You're going to hear me on a lot of other big artist stuff as well that's coming out. And I'm happy, man. I'm traveling and making music, and, you know, things are good, man. I can't really complain.
And a few quid along the way as well, man.
Yeah, you know, money's the bonus, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, you do it because you love it, and then when the money comes in, that's great as well, bruv. Do you know what I mean? So it's a blessing.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Completely agreed, man. So out to everybody locked in Ujima Radio, we're going to play a quick advert, and then we're going to go back straight in on the other side and chop it up, ambush the airwave style, man. Harry, thank you so much for coming through, man.
It's all love, brother.
I don't know if we're going to get time after this, so just give a quick plug to where people can get in touch with you, your Twitter.
Yeah, check me on the Twitter. It's simple, man. /Harry Shotta, nice and easy. Get signed up to Keek as well. Keek's like the new visual Twitter, man. Make sure you get up on that.
I'm not quick on it yet, man. I've signed up. I've done a couple of little things.
You on Keek? Am I following you?
I don't know, brother.
I haven't
really been too busy on it. I've posted more like little shots of shows rather than like biographical things.
Yeah, you need to be like, yo, it's Carasel. Just got up. I'm just going to the barbers. Like, you need to document it like that, man. But yeah, it's all good.
Wicked, man. We'll see you on the other side, Bristol.